Hi guys, this is Archuleta. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about something that we hear quite often, but as writers, we don't exactly know how to make it work for us. I'm talking about personal branding. What is it? Do we have it? And how do we use it? Now, before we get into this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave me a comment down below. Now, if you want to get into personal branding for writers, then stay tuned. There are a lot of buzzwords floating around these days. We hear them, and sometimes we aren't quite sure how they apply to us as writers, or just how they apply to our lives, period. One of those words is empowerment, particularly women's empowerment. Sometimes, I think that word is just thrown around and people tend to take advantage of the word empowerment. They say that they empower women, they're, doing all these things, and it's really not. That's a whole nother video. But another word that's thrown around is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is not a bad word, but I think that it's often romanticized in social media, and people latch onto it, and social media will have you believing that anyone can be an entrepreneur, and we know that that's just not true. It takes a lot to be an entrepreneur, and not everyone can do it. Another word or words that's thrown around is personal branding. What does that mean? And particularly for writers, what does personal branding mean? Well, truth is personal branding is just your personal story. It's who you are, it's everything, your experiences, who you are, what you do, what you know. That is your personal brand. No matter how many other writers write in the same genre as you, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, poetry, children's books, self-help, no one can tell a story quite like you, because you are putting yourself into that story. You're putting yourself into those poems. You're putting your stamp on whatever it is you're doing, and that makes you unique. That is your personal brand. As a writer, if you're trying to figure out how to brand yourself, focus on your strengths. Focus on what you do well. Focus on what people say you're good at, what you do better than anyone else. What are the things that people say about you all the time? How they relate to you. Those are the things that you focus on to bring out your personal brand. For example, on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, Twitter, or even here on YouTube, you're going to play up those things that make you unique. You're going to play up those things that make you who you are. Now, that story may be different on different platforms. The story that you present on Instagram will be different than how it is on Facebook, simply because your audience will be different. How they take in information is different. The platforms are different, so you need to be different with how you're presenting your story, but it will be the same. You're not presenting different people, you're presenting yourself, just in different ways. I want you to understand that personal branding is just storytelling. You're just telling your story, no one else's story, and that's what's going to make you unique. That's what's going to make you stand out, and that's what's going to get your audience to get to know you and trust you, and therefore want to be a part of what you're sharing with them. Your job as an author is to figure out an interesting and compelling way to share your story. Now, for some of us, we spend more time on certain things than we do others. For example, you may be someone who spends a lot of time on Instagram and not so much on the other platforms. So if you do that, then use that platform, which is generally pictures, to share your story. You can use Insta stories, you can use IGTV in order to create videos and just help your audience learn who you are even better. I hear many authors say that they don't care about personal branding. They don't even care about social media. All they care about is writing. And I get it. I understand that writers write. That's what we do. However, I think that mindset is thinking that you'll have to do something extra, thinking that you'll have to do something out of your comfort zone. All you have to do is just be yourself. No extra work is required because you're just being you and you're just figuring out unique ways in which to share that. You know that there's actually a seat at the table for all of us, for all writers. And it's just up to us to tell our personal stories, and that's what sets us apart. That is what makes us unique. So if you didn't get anything else out of this video today, it's all about individuality. It's all about being unique. And the way that you do that is to look inside of who you are, what you already bring to the table, and that is your personal brand.